Welcome back to Crypto Housewife. So today's Voyager Digital update. Okay, today's August 4th, 2022. They're going to court today. Don't have any news yet, but when I do have some, I will definitely make a video about it. So hit that bell to be notified when my next Voyager Digital video comes out. So let's talk about this because it's all a buzz on the internet. Voyager Digital CEO sold shares near peak trading price. Yeah, okay. So this is from the street, and they're saying that Voyager Digital CEO sold 31 million of shares a year and a half before the company's bankruptcy, a media report says. Okay, so a media report says. Got it. All right, so Voyager Digital, so VYGVF, sold shares of the cryptocurrency platform and lender near its peak trading price and a year and a half before the company went into bankruptcy proceedings, a media report says. So the Voyager CEO, Steven Ehrlich, cashed out of the shares in February and March 2021. February and March 2021. Now, let's just jump over to their chart. Here we go. Max. And, oops, so that's a max chart. And they're saying, oh, just a second, when February and March 2021. So here we go. Here's March, if you can see that, and here's February. And then it peaked after he sold those shares. It went up again. All right. Is this suspicious? Is this normal? The way we're feeling right now with everything that's been going on with Voyager Digital, we want to look at this as being, negative and a sign of greed and a whole bunch of things. But if we step outside of that feeling right now and try to ignore what actually happened down here with them filing for bankruptcy and freezing crypto assets, we can look back and say, okay, what was going on here? What was going on in April 2021? Well, let's look at good old Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, hurry up. So Bitcoin was trading at, just a second. Jumping back, this is February's candle for 1 month for Bitcoin in 2021 and March. So this is the area they're saying that he sold out of his positions, his shares. And then what happened? Bitcoin kept on rising. So he got out before the peak. Now, is that a crime? No, I don't. CEOs, people do sell out of their shares. They do. They try to make a profit just like everybody else. But was it suspicious? That's the question, because everything that has gone down since then, we look at every move that they made in hindsight suspiciously, but it makes sense, of course, because people got burned. Of course, it makes a lot of sense. But now if I just play devil's advocate for a second and we look at this, what was going on here? Now, the big guys who know how to trade, the hedge fund guys, the real traders who's been out there for years, they tend to look for opportunities to get in to Bitcoin or whatever, and get out of it. And they always tend, when they're really good at trading, they get out before it peaks. So this guy is either really good at trading or he could predict the future. So again, this is Bitcoin. So because the price of Bitcoin influenced Voyager Digital's share price big time, had to. There's no way around it. And that's why I'm saying what was going on. A lot of people who were into Bitcoin, just outside of Voyager Digital, and they knew how to trade, they took profits on the up too. So that is not suspicious, in my opinion, what Voyager did, getting the CEO, what's his name? Steven Ehrlich, cashing out in February and March. That was like a professional trade. That was a professionally done trade. It's the type of trade we all want to be able to make. And he got out before the peak. And then what happened? It dumped. But it's just a question of, is it suspicious? What is it? We don't know. So there's a lot of things that we're looking at now differently now that we know that they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And today they're going to court to see if they can at least release some of the funds to the customers. But anyway, that act there was not, to me, that was a well executed trade by a pro. That's my opinion. And a lot of pros did that. For example, Jim Cramer, he said it. He bought Bitcoin at 12,000. Let's see here. Roughly 12,000. I can't tell you where, but let's just speculate, say around here. August 2020. I don't know. He said 12,000. And then he sold out. He took profits on the way up, managed to pay off a restaurant mortgage or a house mortgage. Can't remember. And he is a pro trader, right? So it's not that suspicious to me that the guy sold out. But here's the deal, and I haven't dug into this. When you're a big name in your company and you're selling out of your shares, selling some shares, there's laws which make you have to report it. I think if it's a certain percentage, you must, over a certain percentage of shares that you're about to liquidate, you have to disclose it. If it's less than something, you don't. You can just sort of slip it in and sell it. But I don't know the exact figures on this, and this is Canadian laws too. That I think would apply here because it was on. Yeah, it's on the Canadian exchange. So that's another thing that somebody, if they really wanted to dig into, they could look into that. But I'm not going to bother with it at this point. I mean, there's so much else to think about when it comes to Voyager Digital, and it was just questionable. Like, wow, okay, so you got out, you made a lot of money. On the other side of the coin, it's not unheard of just to try to make a lot of money. It's not. So that the actual act by somebody who knows how to trade or was told how to trade, the trade itself was executed professionally, like a hedge fund manager would do. And yeah, everybody wishes they would have sold out there and just waited to buy again down here. But of course, not that stock, but I mean, talking about Bitcoin. So I don't know what to tell you about this. It is what it is. The guy made off with, well, he made a lot of money on that trade. And interesting, I didn't realize that Voyager Digital was like at 7 cents, 6-7 cents, and then it skyrocketed to $30. 7 cents to $30. Unreal. So yeah, I don't know. Again, playing devil's advocate, CEOs, etc., of huge companies do trade their shares. Yes, they do. They really do. For example, Mark Zuckerberg, he'll sell at the highs of, sell Facebook at the highs and then buy back in at a dip buy and do it all over again. And when it's a certain percentage, he has to disclose it. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. So they do that. But given hindsight and everything that's going on with Voyager Digital, it kind of burns people to know that he made a lot of money, just a lot of money in that trade, while everybody else's money is being locked up, frozen. So yeah. So the 3 largest transactions netted almost 19 million from sales of 1.4 million shares. The sales were linked to 50 million secondary offering by this in February 21st. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, it just makes it gives us something to talk about, that's for sure. So what do you guys think about it, knowing what you know now? Yeah, it does kind of burn, doesn't it? Even though the trade was executed very professionally, it just burns people to know that. But anyhow, okay, that's all I have for you today. Again, today is the day they're going to court, and I'm going to pay attention to that one. So I'll have a video out about that later on. And in the meantime, thank you guys for watching on this financial advice, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.